We've arrived at Thunderbird 1000 Trails in Monroe, Washington. Let's go check it out. This is our first time to Thunderbird RV and Camping Resort. Like most 1000 Trails, we watch YouTube videos prior to arrival, especially if we've never been there. And we really wish we had some better insight to what to expect. Before we arrive, we probably would have wound up with a better campsite. Let me show you around the campground and then I'll point out what I'm talking about. So just to orient you, I just walked through into the main part of the campground. I'm camped across the street there along where the river is. And after you come back in here, you'll find the main facilities off to your right. There's a pool, a hot tub, a laundry. In fact, Melody's over there doing the laundry now. The laundry is right next door to the membership specialist office. Melody's in there doing laundry. She's done a video for you on the laundry like she usually does, but she's in here now. So right now I'm going to cut to Melody's video and she's going to give you an introduction to the laundry.
I'm in the laundry room this morning at Thunderbird RV and Camping Resort in Monroe, Washington. They have 6 washers over here and it is, I believe, $2 to wash. And they take the CSC card, credit card, and quarters. And over here you'll find the dryers. And it is $2 to wash. They also accept the CSC card, credit card, and quarters. They have a couple of these baskets that you can put your clothes from the washer to the dryer. They have a sink, and they have a vending machine with all kinds of goodies in it. They have several tables, lots of seating. And then on the outside, there's also a seating area if you choose to sit out there if it's nice. This is the seating area outside of the laundry room. They have a couple tables with chairs, and then you'll also find a Coke machine over here.
And here's the pool at Thunderbird 1000 Trails. And just a word on the restroom and shower facilities. Melody and I are in the electric water only section down by the river. There are no sewer hookups, so we've been taking a few showers here. The restrooms and shower facilities are clean and serviceable. Adjacent to the pool, you'll find the red barn looking building. There is a lounge in there. It does have free Wi-Fi. There's the Wi-Fi antenna there. There's a gentleman in there watching TV right now, so I'm not going to take you in, but that is a public space in there where you have free Wi-Fi and you can sit and watch TV. This is the latter part of September. This is the second upper pool. It's closed right now because of the time of the year, I suspect. And here's a view of the hot tub. It is in service. I haven't used it, but you can see the steam coming off of the hot tub. Adjacent to the amenities complex, you'll find a walking bridge that will take you over to the camping section where you'll find full hookup campsites. So as soon as you cross that walking bridge, off to your right here, you're going to see a playground. And there's a handicap site. Now this doesn't have sewer hookups, but it's a nice long flat site. It's actually a pretty sweet site. A nice level site over on the full hookup side. Does not have full hookups, but you do have, let's verify the electric. There's your water. Oh! This is going to be a 30 amp. So you got 30 amp electric hookups in this handicap site. They do have cabin rentals here at Thunderbird 1000 Trails. There's cabins off to your left. So the playground's off to your left in your screen. A lot of these sites that are down on the bottom are occupied by seasonal residents. And as we go around the campground, if I see a flat site, it's a full hookup site that's not a seasonal site, I'll point that out for you. We're still down here on the bottom, and this is a good example. Yeah, and we're on the bottom of the campground, and you can see how far up that Class A has their front end jacked up. That is, they really had to work to get that rig level. So the last few days, I've been doing some morning walks, and all these full hookup sites have been filled. We're in luck. One of these sites, site 54, and you can get your rig level in that site, is open this morning. So let's go back and look at the hookups, see what kind of hookups we have. Looks like we have a seasonal resident right beside. So this is a full hookup site. That's your soar right there. There's the water. And this is going to be a 50 amp. No 30 amp connection, but there's a 50 amp hookup there. So not perfectly level, but you could get your rig level in that site, site number 54. Melody and I are happy down at our river site. Even though we could have got closer with a nice river view, and I'll address that a little bit later in the video. Here's a look back where I just walked from, and you can see, you know, some of these folks had to work pretty hard to get their rig level. So given our situation, that's why I opted not to even look over here in the full hookup section. One of the benefits of watching YouTube videos before you come. But they still, the videos that I watched 4 or 5, did not address what I'm going to address a little bit later in the video about getting a really scenic campsite when you arrive at Thunderbird 1000 Trails. And so I'm back above where the cabin area is. There's some newer cabins. That's cabin number 20 that's in the center of your screen. And there's another newer cabin right here. Back that way at the bottom of the street is that first handicap site that I showed you. Looks like this cabin right here is cabin number 1. They even have a couple yurts for rental here at Thunderbird 1000 Trails. Just past the laundry, you'll find a crosswalk that takes you to the other camping section. I'm going to take you over there now. Melody and I have had a fantastic time here at Thunderbird 1000 Trails. We made a day trip down to Seattle yesterday. Let me throw up a few photos of our day trip to the Seattle waterfront. For the safety of members crossing the street over into the other camping areas, 1000 Trails has a very nice crosswalk. There is the crosswalk, and the camping section is directly across the street from the main camping area, is where we're camped. We're happy with our site. Let me take you over. I'm going to show you my campsite, and then I'm going to show you where we wish we would have camped. This is the part of the 1000 Trails campground that is directly across the street from the main camping area. The sites are level. They're 30-50 amp sites with water hookup. This is our site right here. That's my Cougar fifth wheel. We like our site. We will have spent 5 overnights here. We leave tomorrow. I believe we're in site 65, but really pleased with the site. Give you a little look. Our fire rings back toward the back. There's a fire ban on in Washington State. There's a couple we met down the street. I fixed a couple cards and pens up for them. They have a tiny rig, and I just love it. I stopped and talked to them, and we're going to go down and I'm going to introduce them to you here in a few minutes, but I want to show you. Here's the rear of the campsites. They're on the end in that small, tiny camper. Well, I'm here with Adam and Brittany. They have this Jayco, the small Jayco travel trailer. Caught my eye yesterday when I was walking through the campground. You know, everything is a trade-off in the RV world, and a lot of the free campsites I go to, I cannot get my fifth wheel in there. So it kind of makes me envious, and I noticed they had solar hooked up, and so anyhow, this is Adam and Brittany is going to show us around their travel trailer. So Adam and Brittany were out here having their morning coffee, and they were so kind to offer up a tour of their little rig. So hi, Brittany.
Hi, how you doing?
Can we have a tour?
Absolutely, come on in.
All right.
So there are steps, and inside we have lots of storage and our sleeping quarters and the TV setup, and
Oh, they do have a TV in there.
yeah.
And it looks like, did you build those shelves, or were they in there?
They were already in there, but we're gonna change them around a bit to fit our needs a little bit more. And we could put a little heater up there or a little air conditioner, whichever we choose. Or a combination of the two. We have storage on this side as well.
Oh, okay. You got a little cubby hole there to put
cubby
stuff
holes
in.
up there, and a little nightstand shelf.
So
It keeps it pretty toasty in there. I mean, we haven't had a cold night yet.
good, great.
Yeah,
I noticed you have two batteries. Is that Adam's work, or?
That is, yes. We live in a little off-grid cabin out in Montana, and we use solar power to power everything we do. So he added 2 solar panels to this and 2 batteries, lithium batteries. What kind of batteries? APM batteries.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah. Got 2. Well, for what you're powering, that should meet your needs. Yeah.
We're actually charging our phones and iPads right now.
And these black things up on each corner on the top, or are those your solar panels? Oh, okay.
And they're just crudely screwed to the roof of the camper, and we have a little vent up there with a fan. That's really nice when it gets hot and humid in areas like Washington. And yeah, and then we have a little kitchen out back.
So you've obviously taken this out camping in the dispersed campsites in Montana then?
Yes. We've been all over between Montana and Washington, even down south to Louisiana and back, and really find some great camp spots, boondocking or RV parks.
So it really caught my attention here at 1,000 Trails Campground. Is this your first 1,000 Trails?
No, I've lost count. We just became members, which was great, but we've stayed at so many RV parks and really cool campsites.
Okay, well, Brittany was holding back on the kitchen. Look at this kitchen. They got a kitchen in this small travel trailer.
Yeah, this is where we make our morning coffee. Adam changed this so that we could have, this used to be the silverware drawer. He made this a permanent burner now, so this just pulls out and you connect it to the propane tank sitting on the front of the camper. And that's how we make our morning coffee.
Cool.
We have a fridge that works and a little freezer.
Outstanding.
And when you are plugged into RV power,
you have a microwave.
A
baby microwave.
A little bitty microwave that works.
And you got a work area there with a little sink.
Work area and a sink, and this cool little storage that also you can access from the side.
Oh, okay. And look at the height clearance they have.
Yeah, we've gotten this
I
into
mean,
some pretty gnarly spots.
There's some nice height clearance on this travel trailer.
Absolutely.
Anyhow, this caught my eye instantly when I walked the campground yesterday, and I was so delighted that Adam and Brittany were out here having their morning coffee. Thank you so much, Brittany.
Absolutely.
So, what a nice couple. Right now, I'm going to take you over to the second part of the, actually the third section of RV camping here at Thunderbird 1000 Trails. Just a little walking bridge, takes across a creek. This is another, this is, I believe, their administrative office building they have over here. This is also Riverside Camping. Both of the Riverside campgrounds have their own gate. Same code gets you into all the gates. But the thing about this campground, this is where you want to come. If you don't need the full hookups, or the full hookups are all taken, I show you the pickings are slim at the main campground. I would get one of these sites, and you know what, there were 3 or 4 of these open, but I was already set up and I wasn't gonna tear back down to come back over here, not for 5 nights. So, but the view you have a nice view of the Snohomish River from these campsites. You're not across the road from the river, you're right on the river in this particular part of the campground. So there's a typical campsite where your picnic table is situated, your sitting area, you're looking right into the river. All these are full right now, so I don't want to walk over there, but if I was standing right where that picnic table is, you have a perfect view of the river. This section of the campground, you have a turnaround loop at the end. Those first 6 or 7 sites have fantastic views of the Snohomish River. And right behind me, there is river access for members only. You have a picnic table set up on the bluff here. Looks like there's a gentleman down there fishing right now. Well, let's go up on the bluff. If we were to ever come back to Thunderbird 1000 Trails, we would stay in the last camping section I just showed you. And we would get one of those sites right along the river if they were available. Monroe, which is like 5 miles away, has a Walmart and a Fred Meyer grocery store, all kinds of cute little shops downtown. It has a city park that's right on the same river. A lot to do in the local area. I think I'm going to leave it here. I'll have the upload and download speeds for Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile in the written video description on YouTube. If you like these videos, like and subscribe, and I'll see you down the road.